In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, there stood a lush garden that was the pride of its humble gardener, Mr. Thompson. This garden was more than just a collection of plants. It was a sanctuary of vibrant flowers dancing in the breeze, herbs bursting with flavor, and rows upon rows of vegetables ripe for the picking. One sunny afternoon, as the golden rays illuminated the garden, I found myself wandering through the village, my tummy rumbling insistently. The fragrant scent of blooming tulips and ripe tomatoes filled the air, but it was the subtle aroma of earth and fresh carrots that drew me closer. I had never seen such a bounty before. Gleaming orange carrots, their tops proudly waving in the wind, glistening like jewels among the garden greens. Caught in a moment of unbridled excitement, I dashed into the garden, my feet barely touching the ground as I leapt toward the carrot patch. The first bite was exhilarating. The crunch and sweetness burst in my mouth like a symphony of flavors. But as I munched greedily, I suddenly felt the weight of eyes upon me. Turning around, I saw Mr. Thompson standing with crossed arms and a frown etched on his weathered face. Instantly, a twinge of guilt clawed at my insides. This was not merely a banquet spread out for me to indulge in. It was the culmination of years of hard work, love and dedication from the gardener. I'd overlooked the countless hours he had spent planting, nurturing and watering these crops. My heart sank as I realized that my greed was overshadowing the beauty of his labor. As I swallowed the last bit of carrot, I felt compelled to make amends. Rather than fleeing the garden in shame, I took a deep breath and approached Mr. Thompson. "I'm so sorry for what I did. I didn't mean to ruin your hard work. Please, let me help you," I pleaded. To my surprise, a flicker of understanding crossed his face. Mr. Thompson's demeanor softened and he replied, "You see, this garden needs care. Not just for you to enjoy its bounty. If you want, I'd gladly teach you how to tend to it." Thus began my journey as an apprentice gardener. I showed up every day, my heart full of determination to help. I learned to pull weeds that threatened to choke the flowers, to gently water the sun-kissed seedlings, and to watch for pests that might ruin the crops. With every hour spent among the plants, I developed a deeper appreciation for the work that went into growing them. As summer blossomed into autumn, I formed a bond with Mr. Thompson. Together we shared stories, laughter and wisdom as we tilled the soil and celebrated small victories like spotting a perfect carrot ready for harvest. Soon enough, I couldn't help but fall in love with the entire process of gardening. In return for my hard work, Mr. Thompson began to set aside a few carrots just for me. It became our special ritual. Every Saturday, after a week of labor, he would pull up fresh carrots and hand them to me, a smile twinkling in his eye. The joy I felt was incomparable, knowing these treats were earned and shared. With every carrot I munched, I remembered the lesson I'd learned, that sharing and respecting others' efforts brought me more happiness than mindless indulgence ever could. The garden flourished under our combined care, and I found fulfillment not just in the food I enjoyed, but in being part of something greater. As the seasons changed and the world around us moved on, I continued to cherish the garden and the connection I had formed with both the plants and my mentor. No longer just a visitor, I had become a steward of a place filled with love, labor and life, a place where I had not only found joy but also discovered my purpose.